then, and I'm back. I had a good night's sleep, although now it's currently dying under the heat. Oh, it's so freaking hot.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
What were you talking about? Oh yeah, that.
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not. But I think it is safe to conclude that he is Zero.
Yeah, that's possible.
If my hypothesis is correct.
Santa is Zero.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. Jean's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are two number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case...
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
Yeah, we have people to save. Here we go. Alright, let's do this. Huh. There was no rush like last time. What's going on with Junpei? Is this? Yeah, I'm guessing he's getting information from the other places. Even though there's different ones, it does seem like he's obtaining information from others. You know, for some reason, it came to mind the game Until Dawn. Imagine if those guys will be able to access the other save datas, like the other endings where everyone dies, maybe Emily dies, or everyone lives. Maybe they're... Now I'm just imagining like an extra ending, like in the very beginning, where they somehow managed to get the information of that and managed to stop everything before it happened. That'll be cool.
Let's keep going.
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
Alright, let's go. Wait, bottom deck.
Hey, it's a...
This is the Neptune symbol. There must be a key around here somewhere.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Yeah, it's wrong in every way.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Hey, another door. And a card reader this time.
It's the Uranus symbol.
Oh, there you go.
This is the place.
Perfect. You okay, Junpei?
Wow!
There it is. The Forest of Knowledge.
It's totally full of books!
Yep, that's a lot of books.
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
You know, I'm pretty sure there's no way we can just go through every single book. There has to be a clue.
Okay.
Maybe look for the
Very
book
well.
that has no dust.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time.
Hmm? Okay, so this is what is gonna happen. Here I thought I was done with it. Guess not. What is that? Oh, there you go. Did it. Alright, let's open up. Oh, nice. Another one. Gimme. Alright, what about this? Oh well. I guess in this light bulb goes here. There you go. Wait, what about this thing? Alright, so we got something. Break 5.
Sheldrake 5?
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
I get a feeling I heard it here in this game. Don't remember what it was.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
Oh,
There's
there
a
you
British
go.
biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things.
Hold it. Wait, this is the memory from when you went to the cabin. To the captain's cabin that we saw the body. Did he go there? I guess he did. Wait, what about Lotus? I honestly have no idea. I feel like I'm starting to mix every single one of the paths we took.
The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
Also, you know about it.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
Fine. Just give me the information.
I
Give me the
suppose I
goods.
might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well.
Okay.
To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice.
Pardon?
He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's
Oh. So he didn't tell us everything that
a
was
braille
written there.
card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier.
Oh, it's another one.
So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Oh, so it's just like I said before. It didn't say everything.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator.
Holy shit.
It's a threat on our lives.
Oh,
So in order to protect her, you had to do that.
well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
It cannot be helped.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's
Thank
very
you.
true. I've decided I can trust you.
Oh, thank you.
I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the four-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it.
I see. Yeah, I have a theory about the whole Clover thing.
He wouldn't kill us. No matter what the situation was.
So what happened?
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yes, please. No more of going around in circles.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the
Yeah.
experiments had taken place simultaneously at two locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada.
That's right.
And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she?
She did. Don't be bad at her, okay?
At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes.
I don't have to get a feeling that Snake's voice and Junpei's voice are kind of similar.
The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I already know that.
There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo,
Yeah, the asshole.
Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashido.
You know, Kitsune seems very familiar with Ace. Don't remember if he told us the name of the guy, but it does seem like it was probably one of those 4 guys. Which one is it?
Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Well, I already see one of them that looks... No, actually, 2 of them that look familiar. Wait, no, all of them are familiar. The fat guy over there is the captain, or I should say the guy dressed up as captain. The guy next to the fatty is... looks like the guy who dressed up as Snake, which means that one is Kitsune.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division.
So he was a science.
Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment.
Of course. The 4 greedy pigs.
Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
So it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido.
Yeah, we already know Ace. We saw this guy dressing up as Snake, which was that guy. Then we have the guy, the explorer, which turns out his name is Kubota, apparently, if I recall. Yeah, Kubota, which is the guy that explored in the beginning, or little Kitsune. And we have the guy that we found at the captain's quarter, dressing up as captain with a bracelet number 0.
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale.
Yeah, but these 4 were the head, right?
To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research.
Though I don't think every single one of them will be very pleased to help. Then hold the whole through, so maybe they just hid a few details.
All in all, they gathered 10 people or so.
I can inform you that if I find out about this, I will not be happy about it. I'll just sneak around and tell the cop that, hey, this group of people are trying to kidnap children and force them into a dead game.
Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonori Project.
Of course.
The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produced the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah,
It's a bit difficult to believe, but...
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder.
Yeah, that's true.
They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people. Right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
Or are they going to test the things out, see if they could tamper with it?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding.
I get it.
Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event.
All part of the mother brain.
All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you.
I think I'm getting the idea.
Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
I do.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Come on, there's no way.
I mean, that is possible. If they change the mother brain from one area to just one person itself.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then?
This is too much for my brain. You make it too much for my brain. But yeah, I sort of get it.
A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
This will be very dangerous.
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, close enough at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
It is.
Well,
but
if you want to
it's
prove
a theory.
that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. By the way, Junpei,
Yes?
have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
I feel like I heard that name before.
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped.
Yeah, I figured.
There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had one transmitter and one receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind?
Can't say I never had that experience. The most dangerous experience I had was almost drowning. And every time I tried to go up, it wasn't a pool, because it was a wave pool. Every time I go up, a wave will come down. In fact, the only reason I was able to escape was because I had my goggles, which I don't know about the rest, but I just could not see underwater without it. And thanks to those, I was able to see the what's it called, the floater? Well, the thing that the safeguards throw. Able to grab it, he pushed me to the side of the pool, and I was able to grab it and breathe. It was scary. But yeah, I knew I couldn't, I had to go up. So now as I think about it, I could have just swim to the side, but at the same time, at the time, was so... My desire to breathe was so immersed that I could not think straight. So instead of going to the side and swim up, climbing the wall, I just kept going up.
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger.
What kind of danger?
He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the nonary game as the ship sunk.
You gotta be kidding.
But
Oops. They're forcing the life with that situation. Okay, yeah.
the children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown.
Holy shit.
Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical.
Don't bring out these theories. There's already are people theorizing that the Earth is flat. The rest of the planets are round, but the Earth is flat apparently. It's ridiculous.
Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely.
I highly doubt it, but okay.
It was the same with the Gigantic in Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
What's stopping from both children just going to the puzzle room and solving?
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
We're not sitting around, we're just exchanging information.
Get down here already!
Shut up.
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here and soon.
Yes,
Hold
I
it.
know.
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
What?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment.
Did some of them died?
After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Or maybe some kids died.
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They
Nice,
were
fucked
brother
up.
and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. The sister's name was... Her name was Akane.
Pardon?
That was the girl who died.
Akane Kurashiki died?
Hold it, but we've been hanging around with her all this time. Did you forget?
9 years ago?
Ooh,
Then, who is June?
maybe our twin sister?
No. That's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely.
Then let's ask him.
So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly, it doesn't mean anything. They could be.
It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Let's get back down there, all right?
You could just ask him. Whatever.
I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name?
I guess you're afraid.
I just couldn't get the words to come out.
This one? Okay, so it's this one. So we need to look for 5. Hello. Click. Holy shit! Wait, 2 doors. Fuck! God damn it! That was the library moving. Yeah, something really big was moving. Maybe it's a code. Oh fuck, my Roman knowledge is I learned about this. Okay, this is 10. This is 14. 13. Okay, 13, 14, 10, and then 13. Got it. Wait, no. Yes, I know. Okay, see, there you go. Even though I haven't used Roman numerals, I'm still good at it. Sort of. Of course, I had pulled the back of my head, remember? Are we seriously gonna write everything that's right in here? So 13, 14, 10, 13. Okay, I guess we'll do that. Not it. What if I use the digital route? I don't care what she was saying, but let's see. Let's try 13, 14, 10, 5. So to go. Nope. Fuck.